Hello, spiritual travelers. This is Mystic Owl. Welcome to another pick a card reading. I hope you like my new display today. I've decided to try a different display. I got this new tapestry. It's actually the moon card. It's representation of the moon card in tarot, which relates to the star sign of Pisces. It's also number 18, which is my birthday. So there you go. You know a little bit more about me. So we have 4 piles today. Pile 1, Pile 2, Pile 3, Pile 4. Today's theme is a love reading. I got a few requests for some loyal viewers to do like a love reading or like a soulmate reading. So I thought I'd do that today. First of all, let's get a place marker for each of the piles. I hope you can see me shuffling. I also hope you're having a very lovely day today. It's very windy and rainy here today in Sydney, Australia. It's pile number 1. Pile 2. Pile 3. And pile 4. So that's once again pile 1 with the tree, pile 2 with the stars, pile 3 with the fish, and pile 4 with the bats. Please use your intuition, pick a pile, and let's find out what's in store with your love life. Hello, pile 1 with the tree and all the animals in the tree. This always reminds me a little bit of like your family tree. It also reminds me about keeping grounded too, being out in nature, trying to keep your head to the ground and staying focused in reality, which is something that I really struggle to do. So I hope you're better at it than I am, pile 1. You may be very strongly connected to animals and nature. I see a group that possibly draws a lot of energy by being outdoors and spending time around greenery or by the beach or something like that. But anyway, let's find out what your love life has in store if you are single by looking at your oracle cards. Your first card is number 32, and Hawk Spirit. Let spirit be your guide. That's a beautiful sentiment. Oh, you have the Giraffe Spirit, number 29. See the big picture. You have full moon in Sagittarius. And it says, look at the bigger picture. Ooh, I have shivers from that one. And your final card is New Moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. Interesting message. Well, firstly, I'm just going to address the strong synchronicity that we have here, pile 1. You have 2 cards that pretty much say the same thing. The Giraffe Spirit, see the big picture. And the full moon in Sagittarius, look at the bigger picture. Look and see the bigger picture. I sense that that's an indication for you, pile 1, that there's things that you need to address in your personal life first. That the universe and your guides are basically indicating to you that that maybe right now isn't the time, but I do sense that there's some other issues that you need to address. And for some reason, I get a strong indication that there's a need for you to resolve either a family issue right now. With the tree here in number 5, for me, I get a vibe of a family tree and your strong ancestral lineage. Along with you and your loved ones are safe, New Moon in Cancer, I just sense that potentially there's been some issues with your family, or there's some something in your family lineage that's not right now, and that should be your priority. Like making sure that your family is doing well and safe. There's a real strong calling for you to spend a lot of time with your family. I also sense that potentially you're a very family-oriented person, that you spend a lot of time with your family and your extended family too. That not only are they your family, but I do sense that a lot of your family are your best friends, those people that you rely upon and that are your confidants, that like really can lift your spirits when you're feeling low, and vice versa. So I am picking up on an energy that for you right now, there's a need for you to draw energy from your family or to resolve any family issues. And that's where you're being directed to like dedicate your energy right now. I do see a group also that I sense probably has a strong belief system. You may be very religious, or you're very spiritual anyway. And the reason I say that is because I see here with the Hawk Spirit, let spirit be your guide. You've got two cards indicating look at the bigger picture, about sort of seeing from a higher perspective, looking down, which is also what the Hawk Spirit does. Along with the New Moon in Cancer, Cancerians being very loving and warm and family oriented. I see family being part of your belief system. You may be highly religious, and spending a lot of time with family is part of that belief system. Along with the card of Sagittarius here, full moon in Sagittarius, Sagittarians are searching for their own values in this world and like to like go after what they believe in. They're very strong philosophers and are looking for their own values and their own belief systems. I do see a group here that is like right now sort of working out who they are and what they believe in. And I sense that a lot of that will come from spending time with family, or at least doing some deeper research into your family lineage, about who you are, where you came from, what skills and talents and I guess spiritual gifts you may have that have been passed down through generation to generation. So right now for you, pile one, I know this is a love reading, but I really just am picking up on a message of you needing to spend more time on working out who you are, what your values are, and what skills and talents you may have that are hidden in your family lineage. I am seeing a very loving individual here too. With Kent, you and your loved ones are safe. You really care a lot about your family, and you have a lot of love to give. Along with all of the animals here in the tree spirit, you have a very big heart. And I think for you right now, it's time to really make sure that those loved ones are safe, and to actually spend time like learning who you are and starting to love yourself more also. But just trust in this strong divine guidance and belief that you have, that you'll find the right person in time. But I see I'm getting the image of a very sort of young person at heart that is just really wanting to like prioritize other things at this point in time, and maybe love will come later in life for you, pile one. But to see too, the synchronicity of see the big picture with the Hawk Spirit and let spirit be your guide, along with the star sign of Sagittarius, who are quite connected to spirit and trying to find their own values and beliefs by trusting in that strong connection. This is a very like spiritually inclined group. And right now your priority should be about like making sure that your family is okay, or spending time working out who you are and what your gifts are. But moving on from that pile one, let's get some further messages about your love life in the future from the 5 Cent Tarot deck. Yeah, see the big picture, or look at the bigger picture. I just get a feeling that maybe love shouldn't be or isn't your priority right now. I think maybe you already know that, pile one, because you are quite in tune and highly connected to your guides and your strong belief system. Love right now probably isn't your priority. Maybe you want to do some traveling. Sagittarians are all about expansion and traveling the world. Along with the hawk spirit here and like spreading your wings and being free. You want to be like the giraffe spirit and pick at the higher branches on the tree. And I sense that maybe right now love just isn't your priority. Or at least potentially if you really think about it, it's not something that you want right now, because I see someone that wants to get out and expand and like see the world and do and try new things, that has different priorities at this point in time. So love will be something that may hold you back from being able to do those things right now. Your cards, pile 1. Your first card is the 9 of Cups in reverse. It says here overindulgence, materialism, and dissatisfaction. Interesting. Oh, you have the 2 of Needles. It says here decision, avoidance, and impasse. Oh, wow. And you have the 8 of Needles. Self-victim, entrapment, and imprisonment. Okay, pile 1. Yeah, you're at a bit of a crossroads. I sense you're feeling quite dissatisfied in life right now. Like you're quite restricted, or you can't get out and be your authentic self. I do see a group that is very family oriented, and potentially maybe your family are putting restrictions on you on how you should live, or have high expectations for you in a certain avenue, but it's not really what you want for yourself. You're in your own head, I sense, pile 1, and being like your own worst like enemy to some degree, allowing like these negative thoughts to spiral and to keep you feeling really like restricted and quite frankly quite a little bit lost, I sense. But you're supposed to blossom here like this tree and really shine bright, stand tall like the giraffe spirit. I do also see a group that maybe needs to question their values a little bit more, what their priorities are. The reason I say that is you've got the 2 of Needles here and the 9 of Cups in reverse. It says here overindulgence and materialism. I do see someone that potentially in the past has spent too much time trying to impress other people, or maybe working under the motive of like doing what your family wants and living a certain way in life by, you know, collecting certain assets and work, like focusing on your material wealth. But that's not who you are. I see that in the cards, pile 1. You are restricted and feeling quite sort of trapped by what the expectations of your family and your friends are. The cards are really calling for you to like set yourself free and to trust in your own, like your own gifts and your own desires. You want to do something different. Sagittarians are all about freedom, about exploring, about, you know, shooting that arrow and following it and just seeing what life has to offer. You're not someone that's supposed to be kept small and follow a certain path. And even though I sense that you do want love, and I sense that you're still single, or you wouldn't be watching this video, I really think that your priority should be about like working out what you want from life first, and just knowing that that will come later. Because you have a lot of love to give, pile 1. With the new moon in Cancer, Cancerians being the most loving and sensitive of all of the star signs, and this tree indicating that you are compassionate and caring, a very family-oriented individual, but I sense that you're trying to impress your family instead of following your own path. And it's time for you to really like work out what it is that you want and turn this 9 of Cups upright. have your own wishes fulfilled, follow your own dreams and desires. So love, as I picked up on earlier, is probably not your priority, or it shouldn't be. It's about you loving yourself and working out what you want from life and having the courage to stand up for that and telling your family that you want to do something different, taking a different path here. I'm sorry, Paiwan, I know that's probably not the message you wanted to hear from a love reading. But in a way, it is about love. It's about learning to love yourself and put yourself first and follow your own passions and desires. Like, I do see like a younger individual, or someone that like just has so much desire, like a really, really strong fiery spirit, especially with the full moon in Sagittarius here. The full moon, so much inspiration and passion. You want to get out and do so much with the world, but you're being kept in and restricted and bound to like a certain lifestyle and a path that probably isn't for you. So if you be honest with yourself, I sense that you'll realize that maybe love maybe isn't your priority, or that going into a relationship to try and like appease your family and keep your family happy isn't just for you. You need to make sure that if you want to meet someone for love or to marry someone, that it's for the right reason. It's because you actually love that person and that you are each other's soulmates and that you match each other, you complement each other, not because your family wants you to get married. That's not the right reason. It says here, I am a spirit having a human experience and I'm here to get closer to love. Okay. I love how the rainbow and the eye is on the third eye and the woman in this card. You do have a lot of spiritual gifts, Parwan. I see a very, very spiritual or religious individual. Someone that has a very strong faith and that uses that faith, that follows that faith blindly in life. And kudos to you for doing that, for committing to that faith, Parwan. But marrying someone because it's what your family wants from you, going down a certain path in life with the Two of Needles here and having to make a decision because your family and your friends expect something from you. Wanting to meet someone because you think that you need to like find love to make other people happy is just not the right reasons to do it. You've got so much that you want to explore first. There's so many branches that you want to go down and try. You have high aspirations here with the hawk spirit and the giraffe spirit. And they're just being like held back with the Eight of Needles here by allowing other people to determine what is right for you. And I sense that you already know that that's not what you want in life. Working on these things and finding out who you are, working out your own values and what you desire will bring you closer to love, because when you love yourself and you work from a higher vibe, when you're happy in life and you're doing the things that you want, you'll meet that person that matches that vibration and that has similar interests, that is your counterpart, that matches you. And that should be your priority, Pile 1. I hope that resonated with you, Pile 1. I know that was a bit of a stronger, harsh message. Harsh message, that's a hard thing to say. Try saying that 5 times straight. And you will find love in your future, most definitely, because you've got a long life to live. I get a really young, free-spirited vibe here, but you're just being trapped and held down by other people's expectations. Just know and trust that you will find love when you learn to love yourself and do things for yourself. That's all I have for you, Pile 1. Please like and subscribe if it resonated with you. And let's move on to Pile 2. Welcome, Pile 2. Peace. Those that chose the stars. I always see stars as a lucky omen. I think you can see there it's got a map of the constellation of the stars. It kind of reminds me of the expression, it's written in the stars. So I see this as a really positive omen for your love life, Pile 2. But let's get an idea about your love life in the future by looking at your oracle cards. Oh, you have Believe in the Impossible, Blue Moon. Beautiful card. And once again, blue, like the blue in the stars card, related to your throat chakra and expressing yourself. You have the card of New Moon in Capricorn. Your hard work is paying off. You have the Cat Spirit and claim your independence. And your final Oracle card? Oh, it's a Koala Spirit, like here in Australia. Spirit has a plan, number 35. So I see a group that has done a lot of shadow work and a lot of inner work and is starting to really come into their own. I see a group that has been forced in the past to start facing their demons a little bit, and you've started to like overcome these challenges. The reason I say that is because you have here, your hard work is paying off with the New Moon in Capricorn, but also with the Cat Spirit, claim your independence. I sense that you're coming into a place where you're actually starting to find out who you are and to start to love yourself unconditionally, pile 2. With the stars also reminding me of the star card in tarot, related also to Spirit has your plan. You're putting a lot of faith in your spirituality and also into your spirit guides, having a lot more faith in a bigger plan, I suppose, and starting to understand your purpose in life, why you're here, and really starting to believe in yourself, I sense. So kudos to you, pile 2. I see a group that's done a lot of inner work and the benefits are starting to pay off now. With your hard work is paying off. You're starting to see the rewards for all of that hard work. I sense you're a lot happier within yourself, and things in your external world are starting to reflect that. Maybe things are starting to fall into place for you. Life's becoming a little bit easier. You're feeling a lot more happy and vibrant, and that's being reflected back to you by your relationships, and people are like smiling at you and when you're walking down the street. And yeah, I think you're just in a really, really good place and feeling really vibrant right now. But because of all the hard work, pile 2, with the star cards being a lucky omen, I really see positive things in your future. And because this is a love reading, I sense that you're coming to a place where you're putting out such positive energy and really believing in yourself and who you are and what you've got to offer to other people, that what you maybe deemed impossible in the past is no longer impossible, but it's a very real certainty. I see a group that will probably meet like what I would call a divine counterpart or your soulmate very soon. The stars are indicating here that because of all of the hard work that you've gone through, and the fact that you now know who you are and what you want in life, that's going to start to be mirrored back to you also by finding someone that matches your vibration and that also is very inspired and has done a lot of inner work and is very happy with who they are also. You've put your faith in something much bigger, pile 2, and that work has paid off for you. So I really commend you on the hard work, because I know what it's like to really have to overcome certain challenges and to put your faith in something bigger. I myself try to do that day to day, and sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's not, but I see a group that's been really committed, like the star sign of Capricorn. I also see new energy here with New Moon in Capricorn, a fresh start, new energy. And with believe in the impossible and the blue moon, once in a blue moon, this is a real divinely guided opportunity to meet someone new, someone that will match that energy that you put out to the world. And really, like, this is a love that I sense could last the test of time, pile 2. A love that would be really inspiring and like bring out the best in you. I would call it a soulmate, if that matches with you, if you resonate with that term. I like to use divine counterpart personally. But I also see, in terms of meeting your divine counterpart or your soulmate, there's a need for you to trust your intuition and your instincts. With the cat spirit here being highly instinctive, cats are like any feline, very instinctive, know how to like stalk on their prey, or can sense what's about to happen next very intuitively. To continue to place your faith in something higher and to follow your intuition and instincts in terms of actually coming across or meeting this person. With the blue moon and the stars being very blue here too, very similar colors in these two cards, related to your throat chakra, I sense that if you continue to express yourself in the most vibrant and authentic way, which is now starting to come naturally, I sense, pile 2, that this person will be naturally drawn to you. The universe will match that energy that you're putting out by bringing someone to you that matches that energy and who is your divine counterpart. For you, pile 2, it's about being patient and persistent in your efforts, continuing to work on yourself, continuing to have faith in something bigger, and trusting in that divine feminine energy and allowing that energy to come towards you. But a really positive, optimistic set of cards here. And this is going to be a really beautiful, fresh start. Something that will lift your spirits even more. But on that, pile 2, let's get some further messages for you from the 5 Cent Tarot deck about your future love life. I also see the number 8 being significant to you too. So you've got there the koala spirit, 3 and 5 making 8. And you also have the octopus with 8 legs in the star card, noting also that 2 times 8 is 16. I've just noticed all of the stars in the background too, in the moon setting here. So stars might be significant for you. I am picking up on an energy of potentially meeting someone at night. And the number 18 might be significant. It could be your birthday. You may meet someone in August, which is only a month away from when I'm doing it, noting this is a timeless reading. But 2 8s, 88 is a very lucky number. 8s are the number of fortitude, of luck, of expansion also. But I am definitely getting a vibe that there could be a chance encounter at night, potentially. So keep that in mind, pile 2. Trust your instincts and your intuition when you're out at night. Maybe at a bar, chatting to someone new. Okay, your first, there's 3 cards here. We'll keep all of them. Your first cards are, you had the 5 of matches in reverse. It says here, compromise, harmony, and agreement. Lovely. You have the strength card, influence, control, and compassion. And your final tarot card, it's the 6 of needles, rite of passage, moving on, and healing. What I see from those cards, pile 2, is essentially a reiteration. I'm really struggling to say the word, reiteration. Essentially a reiteration of what I was talking about previously, in terms of a group that have done a lot of work, have gone from the dark into the light. But there's a need for you to continue to do so with the strength card here, also with the 5 of matches in reverse, and it says here harmony. To continue to do that inner work and to trust in something bigger. Also, I've just noticed too, the strength card with the infinite sign here relates to the number 8 in the tarot. It's the number 8 of the major arcana. So that's 3 8s in this reading for you, pile 2. A very lucky chance, a very lucky time right now, like once in a blue moon. This is a really beautiful opportunity to capitalize on this energy of vibrancy that's around you right now, and this lucky energy around you, to trust in your instincts and to actually meet someone very special. You've done a lot of inner work and you've gone from the darkness into the light. You're heading into smooth sailing, pile 2. So I'd say take a risk right now. Put yourself out there if you can, because when I'm filming this video, it's actually the height of the the COVID virus in July 2020. It is a timeless reading, so when you come across this video, just know that this message is meant for you, but just take that as like a warning not to like put yourself in danger and to follow any regulations that you may need to. But there's a really good opportunity for you to meet someone by just expressing yourself as your authentic self. Getting out there, having fun, taking a chance, and believing in yourself. All of this inner work has paid off, and you're really coming into a place of like smoother waters, where I sense that you'll meet someone and it'll just click and feel instantly right for you. Finally, for you, pile 2, let's get a closeout message about your potential love life from the Universe Has Your Back deck. It's time for you to like take that leap of faith, like the frog in the Six of Needles there. Just continue to trust that the universe has your back. And follow that instinct. Follow your strong instinct, your strong intuition. Express yourself the way that you are, just being your naturally high-vibing, fun energy, authentic, unique individual. And that person will come to you. But I do sense that it has something to do with being out at night for you, pile 2, with the star card there and the blue moon. I see you being like the energy of the koala, just, you know, really loving and cuddly and warm, a very radiant, high-vibing energy I'm picking up on from this group. Here we are, with some more moons in this card too. It says, happiness is my birthright. There you go. That's a beautiful sentiment to end this message. For you, it's just about expressing yourself and continuing to believe in this new energy, who you are as a person, and know that you deserve happiness and that happiness shall come towards you. It's time for you to get yourself out there again and to take a chance on meeting someone, because I see them coming to you very soon. Remember, 3/8, it's a very lucky, positive time for you, once in a blue moon. That's all I have for you, pile 2. I hope that resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And let's move on to pile 3. Hello, pile 3. You have the fish card. I love this card because I'm a Pisces. Very emotional. Let's find out about your future love life for you singletons out there by looking at your oracle cards. Your first card, oh, it's more water energy. You have new moon at Scorpio. Work through your fears. You have the new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. You have number 40 and the mouth spirit. Tend to the small things. And your last card is the ant spirit, number 1. Interesting. It says time to collaborate. Firstly, what I am getting from you is a very emotional, very sensitive human being. And I see that because A, you've got 2 water cards here with the fish reminding me of Pisces and being in water, along with the cups here associated with your emotions. But you also have the Scorpio, Scorpio being another water sign. But not only that, I also see there's a lot of animals here. Each of these cards have animals in it. So I see you being a very compassionate, kind and caring individual that probably like loves animals and loves being around nature. Someone that has a very soft and warm, gentle heart. I sense that animals, and probably most human beings, are very comfortable around you, pile 3. A very loving and inspired individual. But what I do see for you, pile 3, is a need for you to potentially do a little bit more work on yourself at this point in time. I'm not going to say that I see love instantly in your future right now. I do see, of course, that you will find love, especially now with the new moon in both the new moon in Aries and new moon in Scorpio. Some new fresh energy to capitalize on right now. I guess a fresh start to start something new and to start working on yourself. You have here the new moon in Aries. You also have the number 1 with the ant spirit, indicating to me that it's time to focus on your own needs right now. It's time to take action on overcoming your fears, pile 3. There's some things I sense, some shadow work that you need to do to, I guess, face your demons and to start working on overcoming them. And just know that doing that work, pile 3, will help you raise your vibration so that you can instantly draw people towards you that match your energy. It's like for like in this universe. I guess it's the law of attraction. Right now, I see somebody that probably feels a little bit small or insecure. I see 3 animals here that are very sort of small and grounded on the ground. So you have the scorpion in Scorpio. You have the mouse in the mouse spirit, tend to the small things. And you also have the ants here in the ant spirit. 3 animals that are very tiny and very small. I get a vibe of someone that is very, very shy and placid. They can be quite timid and maybe has trouble like communicating to people that you don't know or putting yourself out there to be seen by the rest of the world. So for you, pile 3, it's about building on your confidence. Tend to the small things, tend to those things within you that are holding you back and overcome your fears. So shadow work isn't easy, I know that, but I would suggest right now making a list of things that you're afraid of, or being honest with yourself and making a very strong inventory of things that you know are not good for you, or personality traits that potentially you aren't too fond of. And all this will do is at first acknowledging these things that maybe you don't like about yourself or that you'd like to change is the first way of actually being honest and sort of integrating it within you. And then you can actually start working on them one by one. And you do that by maybe collaborating here, time to collaborate with other people and getting them to help you through these challenges. If you're afraid of talking to new people, you go out with a group of friends and you ask them to support you by talking to somebody new at the bar when you are having a drink or in a social situation. If you're very shy and timid, maybe practice public speaking with your friends and get them to sort of positively critique you on things or give you suggestions about how you can express yourself better and show your confidence off to the world. If you're a highly emotional person, and I sense that you are, pile 3, with the new moon in Scorpio and the fish here, along with the mouse spirit being very timid, maybe get some counseling potentially, or read some like self-help books on how to like balance out your emotions so that you can be a lot more happy and vibrant when you're out meeting people. I do see though love within your future for sure. Because you're a very loving and warm individual in your own right. And the universe does want to match that, but it's time for you to just face your fears first and overcome them. But also because it says here, time to take action with the new moon in both Scorpio and in Aries. New energy and a fresh start right now. Remember, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you come across it, it's when you're meant to hear this message. So I just see that there's definitely a need for you to do some shadow work or some inner work first to admit to and face both your fears or those things that you need to release and to work on before you can boost your confidence and have the ability to go out and actually meet people. I do see a group also that could do with spending a lot of time in nature. With all of these cards having animals in it, a group that probably gets a lot of energy and feels really refreshed by being around animals or being out in nature. So maybe spending time like journaling in nature, going for a walk to try and switch your mind off. That can help you sort of, I guess, come into some clarity about what it is that you need to do to try and boost your confidence. This is just a reading indicating that there's a need for you to like look after your own needs right now, pile 3. But a very determined group too, with Aries being the first sign of the zodiac, wanting to be the best. I see someone that is determined to overcome any challenges that they may have, which is really, really good. Just keep believing in yourself and know that once you sort of face your fears and start integrating your shadow, that you'll start vibing higher, and that'll naturally draw people in that are attracted to you, and vice versa. On that, pile 3, let's get some further messages about your love life from the universe by looking at the Commonplace Tarot deck. But you are naturally that gem I see with the diamonds in the water there, the fish. Number 39, I do sense that you're a very empathic and emotional individual, and that's actually your gift to the world, pile 3. Your ability to share and feel emotions so deeply, and to understand other people at a very deep and sensual level is your gift. I see an empath here, and that's why that's why animals are probably just drawn to you naturally. So trust in those emotions, trust in your ability to overcome in this, because you have a lot of gifts to share to the world, and I do see you meeting someone within your future that is very much like you, very emotional, very loving, very warm. You may have a lot of water in your chart, I suspect. So, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And your tarot cards, pile 3. Your first card is the Emperor in reverse. Control, domination, rigidity. Oh, lovely. You have the relationship. Sorry, you have the Lovers card. Relationships, commitment, and fidelity. You also have the Ace of Buttons in reverse. It says here, warning. Lost opportunity and instability. Interesting. But what I'm seeing for you from these cards, pile 3, I see a group that's maybe really tried to be quite controlling in their attempt to try and find somebody. So with the Emperor in reverse here, along with the Ace of Buttons, I see someone that's really like putting themselves out there a lot, actually, or maybe showing too much of themselves. I do get a very emotional vibe from you, pile 3. Someone that like really shows their emotions on their sleeve. That potentially gets upset quite easily. Also, I sense that you've been trying to meet somebody quite sort of. That you put a lot of effort into trying to meet someone, to trying to find your soulmate or your divine counterpart. And things haven't worked out for you in the past. Maybe you've been a little too emotional, or you've just had some trouble with actually like meeting someone. But I really do get a vibe of someone that's like come across sometimes maybe as a little too needy. I don't know how else to say it, but that's what I'm seeing. Someone that possibly may come across as like too needy for a relationship. And I sense in a way for you, pile 3, that's kind of backfired a little bit. So there's a strong need for you to maybe take some time out in nature, or to take some time working on your own emotions to bring them back into control, so you don't show them off so much. To keep your hand like guarded a little bit more, not to give everything away straight away. But I definitely see love in your future once you do some inner work. You've got the Lovers card here, which is the card of a relationship, essentially, that and the Two of Cups in tarot. So there's definitely love coming your way once you do the inner work and start to get your strong and beautiful emotions back into control here with the Emperor card, to be in control of your emotions and to stop letting your emotions control you and the way that you present yourself to the world. finally for you, pile 3, let's get a close-up message from the Universe Has Your Back deck. As I mentioned, I see someone that is highly emotional, a very sensitive individual, but I do see that potentially you can allow that to get control of you sometimes. And when you show that off to people in like a first or second meeting, it maybe kind of scares them off or comes across as very domineering, I sense. But once you start to work on those and get your emotional regulations back in your own control, there's definitely love within your future, because you've got so much love to give, pile 3, so much love and so much empathy. And just know that when you do the work, the universe will match you with somebody that is just like you, that can give you that extreme level of emotional satisfaction and love back to you, because that's what you deserve, pile 3. It says, I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. Interesting. What I do see from that card, you have animals in each and every one of these cards. Not only that, but you also have, I think that's a moth here in the relationship card. You've got a dragonfly here with the wings flapping around. Your angels are really with you and they're trying to guide you, pile 3, to like overcoming these challenges that you're going through. There's still some inner work, some shadow work that needs to be done first before you can actually really get out there and be, I guess, your most authentic and in control individual. But I do see a group that is highly empathic, but also probably very psychically attuned, in tune. With the fish relating to the star sign of Pisces, Scorpio in their empathy, but also being very connected to the veil. For me, the dragonfly is all about like transformation and trusting in something bigger. So it's time for you to really like trust in your instincts and your intuition too, pile 3. Listen to the messages from your spirit guides or your angels trying to help you overcome these challenges that you're going through. And know that there's some new fresh energy that you can capitalize on that will help guide you through so that you can be the best version of yourself and really like control your emotions a little bit more. The universe wants the best for you and love is in your future. Just trust and believe that you'll get there. That's all I have for you, pile 3. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And let's move on to pile 4. Welcome, pile 4. You have the bat, number 38. I haven't actually seen or read the guidebook on this card, but from this card, I do see that a door's been closed to you. And I also know bats are very instinctive animals that have a strong, I think they use sonar to locate their prey. They send out like sonar and it sort of rebounds off, I guess, the surfaces of walls and plants and animals around them so that they can actually tune into any movement and hunt. So I do get a very like instinctive group. I also sense that potentially you've felt like you haven't had the answers to some things in the past. With bats being blind, they can't see. And also with the door, with that arch there, the door being closed, I do sense that like, I see a group that potentially has felt a little confused or as if they've been blinded to a certain answer or something. Anyway, let's find out what's in store for your love life. If you are single, your love life with your oracle cards, pile 4. Ooh, your first card is the Fox Spirit, number 27. Think on your feet. You're the Frog Spirit. Clear out the clutter. You have the full moon eclipse. Nice. Conclusions are within reach. I love the colors in the moon there. Beautiful. Oh, wow. And you also have the new moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. Wow. There's a strong synchronicity there, getting both of the eclipse cards, the full moon and the new moon. And interesting, I mentioned I just got a vibe from the door being closed in this archway, and with the bats being blind and relying on their sixth sense, their instincts and their sonar to be able to locate prey and to be able to fly around and navigate. Eclipses are all about like a fresh start, definitely. But I guess information that has been held in the dark is now going to be open to the light. It's about like unveiling something that we didn't know about previously. Not only that, but you've also got the fox spirit here. Think on your feet. Once again, like bats, foxes are a highly instinctive animal that sense out their prey with their strong sense of smell and their hearing, and know how to like be very patient and wait for their prey to come towards them so that they can like latch out and grab them. I see a group that will have sudden downloads very soon, or a deeper understanding about who they are and why they've been through certain challenges. A group that's had to clear out the clutter, as it says here in the frog spirit. You, like pile 2, have had to do a lot of inner work, pile 4. And it hasn't been easy for you because you've never really understood what is going on or when it will end. I sense that you've been in the dark a lot recently and felt a bit closed off from reality, or maybe if you are strongly spiritual, you felt as if your guides haven't been around you or haven't been giving you the messages of the insight that you were used to. But I do see that information is coming to you very soon. This door, this archway will open. You'll have a deeper understanding about why you felt a little confused or closed off, because you've done a lot of inner work, and I see that you've actually cleared out the clutter. It says here, clear out the clutter, but I see a group that has actually been forced, I guess it's kind of like the hanged man in the tarot. You've been forced to take a pause and to do a lot of like spiritual inner work, some shadow work. And it will all start to make sense very soon. Definitely a strong coincidence here with, or a strong synchronicity, I would say, with the full moon eclipse and the new moon eclipse, really indicating to me that you are highly in tuned and a very sort of intuitive individual. But in terms of your love life, pile 4, I sense that that's just been one aspect of your life that's been a little confusing. But because this is a love reading, and you're coming into both some new energy here with the full moon and conclusions are within reach, this confusion is going to fall away. The answers that you are seeking will unveil themselves. This archway will open. And you can use your eyes, your fresh eyes again, to like navigate your way into meeting someone, I sense, like the fox spirit here and the bat. You'll have an opportunity very soon to trust your strong intuition in terms of actually getting out there and like following those breadcrumbs into meeting that perfect divine counterpart or your soulmate, if that resonates with you. But I also see here the colors in the new moon here, along with the colors here in the full moon eclipse. All of the colors of the rainbow or the spectrum, especially some like strong indigo, violet and blue colors here, with the green here in the frog spirit and in the back card, number 38. You're very spiritually aligned. And I see soon that because you've done so much work, that which you are seeking will be granted to you, pile 4. I see this being a very lucky and like positively ominous time for you. Conclusions are within reach, and I sense if you've been looking for your divine counterpart, like the bats here, meeting that soulmate, that you have the opportunity to go out there and get them. The frog spirit to me also indicates that leap of faith, taking a chance. It's time for you to, when you're feeling ready and you feel like you actually understand the deeper meaning of why you've been trapped in the dark for a while, to take that chance and to go out there and to be like the fox spirit and to go after your divine counterpart, your prey to some degree. Yeah, capitalize on this new energy with the expect powerful change. And on that powerful, let's get some further messages about what your love life has in store from the 5-cent tarot deck. The frog spirit there, I think it's a drop of water in the frog's like hand or palm, but it kind of looks like the world to me, like you're holding the world in your hand. Reminds me of the world card with the conclusions are within reach, like the end of a cycle. It's time for you to be successful and to reap the rewards of the efforts that you've put in over the past few months or years when you've been in the dark and felt really confused. You're coming out of the dark into the light. And there's a new opportunity here. And as I say that, the card that fell out on top is the Two of Cups, which is partnerships, which is really amazing. All of this work was really like leading you through the darkness, and I guess to integrate those deeper aspects of yourself so that you can really be your most authentic and loving, warm, vibrant self and go out there and actually meet the person that matches you. Your partner. It says here connection and unity. I do see a very loving individual too. With the water in the frog spirit's hand there. And the Two of Cups, the card of partnerships and love and unity. A very loving individual that has so much love to give someone else. I've also just noticed too that you have number 27, the fox spirit, and then you also have number 28. So there's a progression there, which is really like quite synchronistic also. This is a highly synchronistic reading. A group that is very spiritually aligned and in tune and probably has some strong psychic gifts. I sense that you have a very strong intuition, but that's been a little cloudy recently. I do see a group that I would consider to be an emperor with the green here and the 28 frog spirit and the green in the bat spirit, number 38. But definitely a very instinctual group. You may have some strong clairvoyant abilities also, or just have an inkling about what's going to happen next anyway. Always having that inner knowing about what's coming next for you. Or at least you have in your past and it's just been a little confusing recently. Ooh. And your next two cards are the Three of Buttons. And it says here, teamwork, learning and collaboration. Lovely. But you also have the Devil card, which is really interesting, I think. The Devil card has two meanings for me in this reading anyway. So firstly, I sense that that's what you've been through. You've overcome your shadow and you've overcome the darkness. You've worked through your fears, your restrictions, your addictions. Even though you weren't too sure of maybe what you were doing or when it would end, I sense that soon you'll start to feel a lot happier and more free, as if like a weight's been taken off your shoulders. And you'll just have a deeper understanding about who you are. You can step through this doorway and be your most authentic, loving self. But also the Devil card too is all about sexual attraction and I guess getting busy, a little bit. It's so I sense that you're going to meet somebody that is your divine counterpart very soon. But also there's going to be a lot of like sexual attraction there. This person will be just really stunning and beautiful in your eyes, and I sense that they will see that in you too. There'll be some instant chemistry. It'll be like love at first sight. Pile 4. And with the card here, the cards here of Two of Cups and the Three of Pentacles, I do sense that potentially you'll meet this person when you're out in like a group setting with some friends or family. Maybe it'll be a friend of a friend that you'll meet, and you'll just have a sudden interest in them. Or potentially somebody will introduce you to your divine counterpart when you're out having some fun one night. I also am picking up on an energy of this being the person that you could start a family with the Three of Pentacles. With that strong sexual chemistry, I do see the chance that maybe you'll start a family with this person and start making some babies, powerful, if that's what you want in your future. But moving on from that, let's get a closeout message for you from the Universe Has Your Back deck. This is a really optimistic and powerful reading. You've done so much inner work, similar to pile 2, but you're coming out of the darkness now. It's been a really trialing and confusing time for you, but you're starting to feel a lot more free and starting to have a deeper understanding about who you are and what you want. And I see very soon you're going to put yourself out there and meet someone. Just trust in that sort of love at first sight, instant sort of attraction vibes that I'm picking up on. And your card, oh, it has an owl. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. There you go. I think that's a reiteration of a group that is highly spiritual and probably quite awakened in their consciousness. A group that maybe is very well aware of our connection to everything in this world. It's done a lot of inner work and overcome the shadows. But also, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. I see you sort of being highly perceptive in terms of actually knowing just when and where to be in terms of meeting that person. If someone invites you out for a night out, pile 4, I think you should say yes and just trust in that instinct, a very strong instinct, I sense. With the owl, the bat, and the fox all being very instinctive in their approach to capturing their prey. You have a very strong intuition and you should trust it in terms of meeting this person that I consider to be your soulmate, if that resonates with you. That's all I have for you, pile 4. I hope it resonated with you. If it did, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.